Well, I was diagnosed in 1974 and I'd had frequent flares of eyes, joints, skin, lungs and spinal cord involvement. So I've been treated for 31 years.
Sarcoidosis has affected me mainly in two ways. The first one is fatigue, not just feeling a little bit tired, but actually feeling like I have a fatigue hangover after a day or two of physical exertion. The other main area is steroid use. They've had a brutal adverse effect on my personality and they've torn right through my family.
Well, I fall over quite a lot. I fall backwards rather than forwards. My hands and my arms go all tingly and like really painful because they're so tingly, and that's every single day, constantly. I'm waking up in the middle of the night, I'm waking up in pain in different parts of my body, and I get quite upset, I get quite weepy and teary.
The lack of lung capacity is overwhelming. It's worse in the morning, gets better as the day goes on, but it slows me down big time.
And the steroids are very hard on your appearance, and that can be hard. Socializing, getting out there, doing the things that you want to do, it does take its toll.
The main concern I have with my sarcoidosis is about what the long-term impact of that will be, whether I am going to end up with impaired vision.
I don't know what to expect. That is one of the issues.
Fear of it becoming active again and causing more damage. And also the side effects of the medication.
My concern is that sarcoidosis is described mainly as a self-limiting disease. So often doctors don't give it credit for actually causing harm to people that may last for their lifetime. And also, when sarcoidosis is flaring, tests are often in normal range, so they may have to avoid referring you because they don't have proof, or refer you with little evidence to the consultant that you need to see.
But after I was diagnosed at the end of January, for some reason sarcoidosis came up on my page on my Facebook, and I realised that there was a Scottish page I could join, so I joined, and I think that's where I found a lot of that information, because I was like unaware of a lot of things before that. But it's joining all the dots for me, all the pieces of the puzzle have come together for me since joining this Facebook page.
The main way that I find my support is through Moorfields Eye Hospital and the Brompton, both of whom have provided fantastic support to me over the last 6 years since my condition was diagnosed. I also really value being able to look at the SarcoidosisUK website.
Sarcoidosis support comes mainly from my friends, my family, and my partner. People have had to learn to deal with the new fatigued version of me on steroids and be patient with me.
I think that you need to educate yourself about the disease. There's just loads of information out there, but you have to look for it.
Managing sarcoidosis for me, other than medication, is to live as well as possible. This means eating well, exercising regularly, and being disciplined with sleep. It's still quite a trial and error thing for me, and I often get it wrong. But sticking to living a good life is the best advice I could give anybody.
I've seen a couple of times a physiotherapist, and the last time was last week, and he sent me some links and some printouts for exercises to do, and that's been a big help.
My tips for managing sarcoidosis is to listen to your body. It's hard to not feel guilty, but I'm seriously ill and I couldn't accept it for years, so lose the guilt. When flaring, it's like I've been poisoned in every fibre of my body. I've got a hangover, flu, and arthritis. And the more I do, the worse I feel. So pace yourself.
Well, I think my main tip would be that it's really important to think about your lifestyle. For me, it's been very important to think about my stress, to think about generally about healthy living. And I'm sure that as I have managed that better, that has also helped my sarcoidosis.
As with anything in life, you have to accept what you have. You have to make the best of things, keep a positive attitude, and take care of what you have the power to take care of.
I would have told myself to ask more questions of my GP. Exactly what does this mean for me? What treatment is there? I would have a list of questions that I could have asked.
I'd say it's okay not to be everyone's everything. Accept that this is a huge thing for your body. The more I fought the illness, the worse I got. The only way that your doctor can help you is to know your symptoms. Yes, for sarcoid, those aren't always supported by tests, but you need to give honest information, not just what you think the doctor can bear. Remember what sarcoidologists say, absence of evidence is not evidence of absence.
I think I really am still in the very beginning of my diagnosis. I still have trouble believing that I have this thing called sarcoidosis. I have to feel my pacemaker periodically to remind myself that yes, Patty, you really do have this. This is true. So I tell myself to be patient. Don't allow myself the luxury of feeling sorry for myself. Learn what I can learn, do what I can do, and just keep putting one foot ahead of the other.
If I could give myself some advice at the point of diagnosis of sarcoidosis, it would be to be patient. It's going to be a long road with lots of bumps, steroids being the main one, and fatigue, of course. To hang in there, to trust the doctors, and to live well. From the Sarcoidosis Patient Day, I'm hoping to learn new information from the doctors that will help me better understand and manage my condition. I'm also hoping to hear stories from other patients that would also do the same, and I'm also hoping to be able to pass on information from my own experience of sarcoidosis that others may find useful.
I'm hoping that this Patient Day helps promote understanding of sarcoidosis and the possible consequences to patients.